Hello everyone. Previously we discussed about the uh, this one. Previously we had discussed about the debouncing and the throttling. Right. Today we'll be discussing about the web workers and multi-threading in JavaScript. So basically, what are web workers? Web workers, basically what it does is it enables running the JavaScript code in the background threads. So in simple terms, it just enables running the JavaScript code in the background threads, allowing heavy computations without blocking the main thread. So it doesn't block the main thread. It allows the heavy computations mainly by enabling the JavaScript code running in the background threads, right? So let's try to understand this one, web workers and the multi-threading in JavaScript, by taking very simple examples, right? So first, what I'll do, I'll just come here. I'll just create HTML this thing file. I have created an HTML file. I have named this one main.html, and I have created two JS files, nothing but worker.js and main.js here. What I'll do initially, I'll just make sure that, so I'll just link this one JavaScript file, main.js file, right? This one. So basically, I'll just come here. Initially, what I'll do, let's try to understand with the very basic web worker, this one example. So in the worker.js, I'll just simply give self dot on message here. Just give me a second. Let's pass the event over here. So const result, I'll just set the result variable to event dot data into 2. Next, let me make use of self. Let make use of the post message here. Post message of result, right? So this is fine. This is it for the worker.js, right? So let me format this one once. I'll just come to the main.js file. So here, what I'll do, I'll just consider the variable worker. So let's create, let's make use of the new variable, right? So I'll just come here, new worker of the file name, this one, I'll just give here worker.js. So let me make this one small itself. So here next, let me set the worker dot I'll just go with the on message. So let me set this one to let's log something. Here I'll just give let's make use of the template literals. So here I'll just give result. So what I'll give here, event dot data, right? I hope this is clear. So next step, what I'll do, I'll just come here, I'll just give worker dot post message of 5. So I hope this is clear. So when I execute this one, in the worker.js, what we have given, we have considered the parameter event and we have given event data into 2. Nothing but when I pass, when I do this one, worker.post message of 5, this has to be 5 into 2. Nothing but we have to get the output 10, right? So I'll just come here. Let me come here and click on open with live server. Let's wait for some time. So yeah, I'll just press F12, or you can just right click and click on inspect, right? So what happened here? Failed to the server responded with a status 404 northbound. So just give me a second here. So yeah, let's check what I have done wrong here. I have missed something. So here in the file name, it has become imain. I'll just delete this one. This is just main.js, right? So yeah, now let's check. I'll just come here. Yeah, now we are getting result 10, right? We are getting the correct result. So this was the simple this one basic web worker example. So basically I just explain what we have done here. So I'll just come here, just give me a second here. So yeah, here self dot and on message, this one in the worker dot this one JS file. So self dot on message, what it does is it handles the message that has to be sent to the worker. So basically it handles messages that is sent to the worker. And this one post message, self dot post message, what we have written here, this sends result back to the main thread, nothing but this one main thread, right? So worker.post message of 5, this one finally what I have given in the main.js file. I mean, this sends data to the worker. Finally, we will get the result 10, nothing but 5 into 2, nothing but 10. So we can clearly see here result 10, right? So this is working correctly. So next, let's try to understand the heavy computations in web worker, right? This was a very simple example, very simple computation, nothing but 5 into 2, it was 10, right? So this was basic example. Let's try understanding with heavy computation in web worker. So I'll just come here, the same thing. Let me make changes in this one here, worker.js and main.js. So let me delete this one first. Just come here, I'll just make use of self dot on message itself. So here this time I'll not pass anything. Over here, let me consider sum equals 0. Let's make use of the loop, for loop. I'll just give 10 to the power of 8. I'll just give 1e8. Let's increment the I. So here, let me write this one here itself. Sum equals sum plus I. Let me give here. So again, I'll just make use of post message again. Post message of this one, sum. So this is it for the worker.js. Let me format this once so that this looks good. So next one, I'll just come to main.js file. Here, I'll just give the same thing. Const. Let me give worker equals new worker of. So the name I'll just give worker.js is the file name, right? So here this is one thing. Again, let's consider worker dot on message, right? So on message, let's pass the event here. Yeah, let's pass event here. Let me log. What shall I log here? Sum. Here within this one, let's make use of the template literals. I'll just consider here event dot data. So sum we have to get, right? Event dot data is nothing but we are getting the sum and it's a result basically. So finally, worker dot post message. So this is it, I think. So we have to get the output sum. So this is large number, right? So we have given here 10 to the power of 8. So that is the reason. So I'll just come here. Let me come here. We have already given, right? So let me refresh this one. Uncaught type error, failed to execute post message on worker. 1 argument required. So post message on worker. Only 0%, right? Post message we have called in main thread. So I'll just come here. Main just post message. It is asking us to pass the argument, right? So let me pass here null. Let's see whether this works or not. So I'll just come here. So yeah, now basically we are getting the sum this much. So I don't know why it was asking us to pass the parameter here. I think we have to pass some parameter. So if we have the 0 arguments or parameters, it will not work, I think. So I have given null here. Now this works correctly. So we are getting the sum. Nothing but we have seen the basic this one web workers example as well as heavy computations in web worker. This is working correctly, right? So I hope the web workers and the multi-threading is completely clear in JavaScript. The next topic that we will be discussing is memory management and the garbage collections in JavaScript. So this is it for now. Thanks for watching, guys.